Howdy y'all, I'm just decided I'd fire up a stream. I've got to do some off-camera work to get ready for the next episode of Serenity Valley. Howdy country girl. So I thought I'd just fire up a stream and see who cared to come and join. How are you doing tonight, country girl? Hey Sean, what's up? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Feeling a little burned out from the map marathon, so I thought I would just come in and do a little bit of farming. I'm probably going to be only on for about maybe 45 minutes doing a little bit of work. Like I said, I wanted to get a little harvesting done between episodes of Serenity Valley. I think the episode that I have, the most recent episode that I've got recorded, probably is going to air, heck, it might even air Wednesday. Howdy Grizzly, what's up? So I think the episode that came out today is maybe just one or two back from where we are right now. I think we had just put down the charcoal placeable. In the episode I recorded just before this point in time, we took our first load of pigs down to the processing plant. We have yet to pick our meat up though. We're going to do that on camera next episode. I wanted to have these two fields almost all the way harvested by the time we started recording that. Yeah, I thought I would fire up a stream kind of like you do with your Sunday morning coffees or whatever. You're just doing some work off camera to get ready for the next episode. So have you all had a chance to check out the various mods in the contest? Try them out and everything? There's a really interesting cedar that I want to try out. It has a front seed hopper But then it also has a little control module that you can actually place inside your tractor. So it's kind of like three units in one. And apparently you can control all kinds of things like the row width and possibly even seed usage. I don't recall too much of it, but I took a real quick look at a lot of them Friday, maybe Saturday. I was fortunate enough to have Friday off because my youngest kid, his daycare was closed that day, so I had taken off that day to watch him. And when I got up that morning, boom, everything was out. So it was perfect timing for me. And then it turned out that my car had to have some warranty work done on Friday. So they gave me a loaner, and I decided I would just take off today to, one, to wrap up the videos on the maps, and two, because I didn't want to have to leave work early just to come pick up the car. I work about 30 minutes from the house. Not quite as close as Grizzly. I think he said he can walk to work. It looks to be a really neat one-row beet harvester in the Modern Classics pack. If you can stand to harvest a field of beets one row at a time. But it apparently pulls the whole beet up out of the ground, and then there's animation of it cutting the top off the beet, and basically the top leafy part of the beet going back through some chutes and slides onto the field, and then the beet being moved around into the hopper. What do you stream, Country Girl? I didn't know you had a channel. I'll have to check that out here in a bit. Howdy, Mark. I'll tell you what. I enjoy this part because I don't have to think. Too much of the map videos requires me to think, and I'm constantly thinking ahead of not only what I want to say, but where I want to go. Trying to figure out what things do. Here I can just kind of point and drive straight. Howdy, Connor. So, Mark, how's the pig farming over on oh, what is that called? What's the map you're doing? Orchard, that's it. Well, we're about to, next episode that I record, which may air Friday of this week or it may air next Monday. My stock of prepared videos is starting to dwindle pretty low. But the next episode I record, we're going to take the, we already took 22 pigs down to the meat processing plant, and we're going to sell that meat next episode that I record. Yeah, I saw your videos, your promo videos about the stream, and I thought about trying to catch them, but I got tied up. Hey, I gotta figure out how to pay off a $2 million loan on this map, so I look for any opportunity I can to make some money. Hey Grizzly, did you see that the more realistic mod is split off into 2 files now? I don't know if you've been keeping up to it with your work schedule and all. Yeah, they split the he split it into 2. One, the original more realistic .zip now only contains the it only contains changes to the in-game equipment. He's added some modifications to some manure spreaders, but basically more realistic .zip now only modifies in-game equipment. And then there's a more realistic gameplay.zip, and the gameplay file affects crop yield, crop seed usage, fertilizer usage, and affects pricing. So, for example, on our Cherry Hill series, where I have the more realistic loaded, I did a beet harvest on field 1, which is like 14 hectares or something. It's the smallest field there, but that still took hired help like 5 hours to do. And we pulled just over 2 million beets off of that field. And I was curious as to how much the more realistic mod affected the harvest yield. And Dural came back and said that with beets, his mod increases the yield by 43%, and it affects the price. It increases the price by 20-some%, which he said was, I guess, obviously a little bit more realistic than in-game stuff. Now, what I discovered is that on Stevie's maps, he very much favors beets. Because I brought the question up because I had noticed that my beet price was something like $950 per 1,000 liters, which is way over what it should be normally. And it turns out that Stevie's got like a price scale factor of 4.6 for sugar beets. And then to add the additional 20-some% that the mod adds to it, that's where we came up with the 950. But you could, in theory, just use gameplay.zip if you wanted, in theory, more realistic crop yield, crop seed usage in the seeders, and fertilizer spray and spread usage. Or you could use just more realistic if you wanted the in-game equipment, and I guess equipment that you added the more realistic code to function, or you could use both. So that's my understanding of it as to why he split it off into two. I don't think any of the mods are the more realistic mod ready. There is that that Fent that's labeled as more realistic, but I think that guy just puts out mods that have been enhanced on his own accord that don't necessarily work with the more realistic mod that's in beta. I was a little surprised at the lack of map mods that were ready for seasons, and that Dusty Cove is the only one that's seasons ready with respect to a snow mask. So I was really expecting more of them to have been snow ready. They do say, the Seasons developers do say, that more realistic is compatible with Seasons. Because I think Seasons only really affects... what more realistic does is it affects starting price, I guess base price, by adjusting the base price up or down depending on crop, whereas Seasons, as you know, seems to affect prices during the season. I also saw in the Giants forum that it looked like Black Sheep was going to come out with a revision to their Massey Ferguson pack that possibly would have, because they were asking, they started asking a question about license plates for tractors in the United States. Because apparently, I guess in Europe you have to have license plates on tractors, and you've got to have these triangle warning signs. But in the U.S., of course, we just have the triangle. And so someone had posted that in the U.S. it was just a triangle, and we didn't need license plates. And it sounded as if Black Sheep was going to come out with a maybe a US version, or maybe in the store that you could pick a US version that didn't have the plates and didn't have the European caution signs. So that would be nice to just have the slow vehicle signs and not the European plates. So is that Mountain Valley, is that season's ready, or did Jerry not make that season's snow mask ready yet? I was asking because I know that several sites are putting up lists of maps that are season's snow mask ready, and I just realized that I hadn't seen that map on the list. I would have thought he would have had a version with a snow mask in it, since I know he's been playing with seasons on several maps for quite a while now. That's true, but when the list itself is so small right now, I think there may only be like 4 or 5 maps that are truly seasons ready with respect to the mask. I know that you could put seasons on any map, but don't you need the snow mask in order to have the bales rot when they're wet? I know grass will rot no matter what, but if you don't have the mask in place, won't the hay rot wherever it is? Or maybe if the mask isn't in place, the bale rotting is disabled or something? Howdy, Grandpa Gaming. How you doing? We're just doing some prep work before we record the next episode of Serenity Valley. Yeah, I know this map pretty well. I don't have to reference the PDA too much. So we're going to put the header on this trailer, and then we're going to go check on some industries. Might do a little selling. For those of you that haven't heard why I have this trailer and this header, because I know this header also has its own trailer built in. I am storing these in a building where I can't just pull in. I've got to back in, and this header is basically a dolly trailer because it has a steerable front axle, which makes it backing it in to where we need to back it almost an impossible deal for me. So I just slap it on a header trailer and I can back that in without a problem as long as I'm not talking. I've got the same backing while talking disorder that Jerry has. So let's see how full you are. Alright, we're good. So let's see how we're doing here. We'll come back when that number is a little nicer. I don't like all those numbers. Whoops. Oh well, I guess I already took it off. Guess we'll go sell some sugar. Yeah, I took all those pallets off at the same time, and they must produce at the same rate. So this is the only real problem with this trailer and these pallets is the straps just go wonky. But we'll take a load down. I'm glad. For those of you that are on PCSG, you know that I had some graphics issues. I updated my graphics card drivers, and next thing I know, I came in game and I couldn't. I had like 10 frames per second performance, and I run triple screens, and the game wanted to be like 5,000 pixels by 10,000 pixels, and it took me probably 2 days to get this thing back to decent appearance and decent performance. I figure production stuff will become a little more popular when people do the seasons and have the longer days per season, because I think you inevitably end up with a lot of time where you really don't have anything going on, and then you end up with a whole lot of busy. At least that's how I understand it. Actually, let me check something. Because we put in a new sell point that may give me a better price for sugar. Yes, it does. Where did I stick that at? Is it behind me? There it is. We'll sell it there. I didn't revert back to an older driver. I just messed with it a bit until I got the performance I wanted. I was hoping that I could, because in the game log, there's a setting for well, it doesn't. There's not a setting, but it tells you what your graphic settings are. And I was hoping that I could basically copy and paste the settings from the game log into the game settings.xml, but they didn't translate 100%. So when I was looking at them some, I realized that I was doing a we're selling our molasses now. When I looked at my settings, I realized that my old settings were a modified version of very high, where I had taken the very high defaults and I had cranked a few things up higher. So I just went back and went to very high and just used that for a bit, and then started cranking up the display distances and the draw distances a little bit more until I felt that it was close to what I used to have. So next episode on Serenity Valley, we will be making a $500,000 loan payment. That will knock our loan down to $1.5 million. So we should be loan debt free and probably 3 game days at this pace. Yeah, I think the I think the best way to do it is to we'll sell this stuff here in a minute. I think the best way to do it with these Sapporo industries is to obviously you need to start with your pallets, and pallets just take logs. So you just cut down some trees and get that up and running, and then just start building from there as you need things. Hey Henry, what's up? Are you not going to take off? What's the deal with you? If you're asking me what my favorite mod is, it'd probably be Courseplay. I really couldn't play without it. Where are we at? Here we are. So who has the best price for this? Pallets, pallets, pallets. Well, same place we just were. (16-player multiplayer. What map would you use that for, or what map would that be on? So Grizzly, I don't know if you're still on, but I learned something rather interesting about that roller that modifies the terrain. I used it on this map to roll out some concrete over where I put the meat processing plant. And after I got it looking the way I wanted it to look, I decided I was just going to clean up some mods that I didn't use anymore and put them out of the folder. And I figured, well, I'm done with the roller mod. I don't plan on doing any more changes, so I unactivated the roller mod. And next time I moved into the game, the concrete changes were gone. So I think I learned a lesson that the roller doesn't actually modify the game in any way. It must put some type of overlay that it keeps track of in the mod folder, or somehow you basically have to keep that roller mod activated to keep your changes. At least that's what I had found. I'll go show you here in a minute. I mention it in an episode that's not aired yet, but I think my second favorite mod would be this AR pack. It is outstanding. I really like it with chrome. Is Morris County final now, or is it still beta? I've been wanting to do a video on that, and but I try to avoid beta maps. So here's the meat plant that I had put down, and everywhere where we don't have grass, where we just have the grass ground texture, I had rolled out concrete to kind of match the road, and I had kind of rolled it out here in a nice arc so that you can make a wide turn to pull into this fenced area, and saved the game and decided that I didn't need the roller mod anymore, so I unchecked it, deleted it because I didn't need it anymore, and next time I came down here I saw it was all grass. So that might be you might not want to deactivate that, because I'm not really sure where it saves its stuff. We've got Andy with GTX. How you doing, Andy? So just as a heads up, 22 pigs gave us 1,210, we'll say, pounds of meat and 6,600 pounds of sausage. And let's just do a little calculation here. So, where is it? Here we go. Sausage is 3230 times 6.6. So we'll get $21,000 out of our sausage from 21 pigs. And we'll get 3480 times 11.1. And we'll get $38,000 off of our ham steaks, I'm calling it, off of 22 pigs. So that's it's almost 60 grand from 22 pigs. Not bad for a day, a day's reproduction. Sure, I will. I guess I can post. I can do anything, right? It's my channel. I'll post a link to the mod hub or the mod hoster page where you have this map. Now, this map is a customized version of 4.1. The actual version that's currently out is 5.3.1. And that one has some of these industries already built into it. So there's the map, and I'll put it in the description. So like I said, this is a highly tweaked version of 4.1. We got FS Bushcraft. He's been a stream buddy of mine for our map videos. We are done map videos, man. We are now going to play just regular farm sim randomly. We've got some pallets of fruit saved up that I think I'll just go ahead and sell. Let's see if I can do some of this first person. I tell you, Andy, it'd be really cool if you could come out with a really awesome forklift. Alright, Grizzly, I'll see you later. I'm about done here also. I need to do some prep work before before a race I'm going to do starts in about a half hour. Oh, and for those that watched the Forgotten Valley video, thank you, Mark, for giving me the suggestion that maybe the store was closed. Before I started this stream up, I checked, and the gate trigger at the store worked up until 7 a.m. and then it stopped functioning. It was as if the gate had no trigger at all. And then at 9 a.m. the trigger came back and I was able to open the door again, or the gate. I didn't wait all day to see if if the gate closed at all, but it seems that the store closes between 7 and 9. Maybe maybe it's a European store and everyone's taking a coffee break or something. So I'm going to sell this load of fruit, and then we're going to wrap this up so I can go get ready for something else. I really don't like the Clark. It's kind of ugly. And it works, but the biggest issue I got with it is it's not doing it right now, but half the time when I pick up these pallets, the informational screen down at the bottom will flicker as if the pallet's there but not really there. And it may be a combination of the forklift and the pallets that these mods make being odd. And then it's that whole issue where you've got the fork camera, which is really neat, except when you drive, the camera goes back. We talked about that with the pickups. Oh, I don't want that. The Toyota forklift looks really nice, but it's messed up. It'll work fine, and then next thing you know, I'm getting all kinds of Lua errors and everything else going on. But for those that don't know, Andy's the one that did the AR modules. He's the great modder behind the custom road train pack, behind the fabulous fermenting silo, the pig food and forage food stations on this map, and the super awesome pickups that you get a nice blower on top. Supercharged pickup, goes 150 mile an hour. I have to admit, I was doing a little Dukes of Hazzard on Cherry Hills, jumping the truck, seeing if I could clear the BGA. Couldn't quite do it, but I did my darndest to set a record for the longest jump of a modded farm sim pickup truck. The issue with the camera, that's a common one amongst lots of lots of mods with respect to the faster you drive, the the further back the camera gets. The truck here does it a little bit, but it's not too terrible bad. I've seen some mods you do it and it's like, you can't go very fast, or next thing you know your head is in the seat rest and you can't see anything. Alright guys, well I'm going to empty this harvester and then I'm going to wrap up the stream because I was just wanting to do a little bit of harvesting, a little stuff off camera in order to prep for the next recorded episode of Serenity Valley. And I want to get ready for an iRacing race that I do that will come up here in about a half hour. Thanks for coming out, guys. Look forward to I'm planning on doing a Wednesday night stream. Not sure what I'm going to do. I might do a Wednesday night stream with the oh, that truck is full now. Might do a Wednesday night stream like we did last Wednesday night on the open PCSG server, which is on Pine Cove Farm. So anyone and everyone that's a PCSG member is more than welcome to come out and participate in that. If I do that, I'll probably be firing it up sometime between 9 and 9:30 p.m. That's when I send my youngest off to bed, so I can be pretty sure that I won't be distracted or have to entertain him. So we're just going to drive this up to the silo and call it a night. Oh, and I forgot to give Andy mad props for the Big M. Duck Zorley's favorite mod. Alright guys, thanks for coming out, and I have to say I can't wait. We're just waiting on Giants to patch it, right? Then we can have the new improved Big M. Do you have any idea when Giants is going to actually do that patch? Or is it just whenever they decide there's enough enough changes? We're over here. Alright, now we're not carrying eggs around anymore. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Check you next Wednesday. Check you the Wednesday if you want to come out and watch. If not, I'll find you all online at some point.